At least Rock Bottom will get some business today. Not everybody gonna sit outside. I'm surprised how many people out here up and down the streets and cold as fuck. Like this one. Yeah, we're live out.
Yeah, we're live.
Alright. Shalom, shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites. Alright, we are not affiliated with any black denomination. Alright, we are through the scripture and through secular history as well as the relics that prove it. Okay? Give all praises unto Yahweh,
Ba'Shem, Yahushua, Ba'Shem, Rakah, Quadash.
Alright, which is the name of the Heavenly Father and His true Son. Alright? And we're gonna get popping. We'd like to give all honors to Salaki. We'd like to give double honors unto the elders of GMS who taught us His word. And all honors to Salaki. We'd like to give double honors unto the elders of GMS who taught us His word. And I'd like to say shalom to all the Akim who are out there pushing His word in truth. Corners of the earth. All right, to you brothers, we say shalom.
Shalom. And if I may add, brother, just because me and the brother were doing a sit down earlier, man, and to the spirit, we're breaking down how this word, man, it ain't for everybody, man. It's only for the elect, so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. Okay, we ain't out here trying to save, any member of those people. Trying to get all the tribes of the earth to hug, man. We ain't out here to try to call out for anybody who's so-called black, man. We're out here for the elect of the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, and the scattered confusion of face brethren that are out there, man. Right? And the few sisters that may be out there, man. Because Israel's been scattered throughout the entire planet of the earth, man.
Like the brother says, man, it's Israelites in every corner of the world. So that's what we come out here for, man. We're not, like the brother said, we're definitely not out here for everyone. Just want to bring this article out real quick. We touched on this article a little earlier. Me and the brother did a sit down on it. But just about how these Edomites, man, all right, they losing control and they starting to bare their teeth just with this new executive order that was signed by Trump. Really. Show it on the camera. This is the article off of RT News here. All right, if you want to read it for yourself, and it reads. Trump signs an order, okay, denying asylum to illegal migrants. All right, as the caravan approaches the U.S., President Trump has signed an immigration order requiring asylum seekers to make their claim at their point of entry to the United States, all right, and barring illegal immigrants from requesting asylum. All right, so the United States is now trying to bar basically anyone who's an illegal immigrant from receiving any type of asylum in America, where they'll house you, hold you, feed you, bathe you, keep you alive, sustain you. Now they're not going to do that at all. And this quote reads that we need people in our country, but they have to come in legally and they have to have merit. All right? And brother laughed about this earlier because he saw you have no merit. All right? You're a goddamn devil and a thief and a robber. You don't deserve to sit in a power seat or be in any type of situation to judge or rule over anybody. You got that set by that Second Thessalonians.
This is 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Keep reading now. And actually, look, that son of perdition being Esau, Edom, man. All right, and you are being revealed, but you're starting to show your teeth. Your skirt is lifted way up over your head. All right, your kingdom is falling. Your monetary system is failing you. Your leadership is failing you. You have no respect or order for the people who are ruling over you either. All right? The Edomites are becoming unruly with themselves, man. All right, they're gonna turn on each other here shortly. Go ahead,
This is Habakkuk, chapter 2, and verse 12. Woe to him, because according to the scripture, it said that man of sin will be revealed. Okay, so the question is, who is that man of sin? Because according to the scriptures, that kingdom won't be established until this man is revealed.
That's right.
And it clearly said it was a man. Didn't say it was it didn't say it was a spiritual demon man. It said it was a man. So there's a wicked here on the planet Earth.
That's right.
Okay, I mean look at the place that the planet Earth is in.
Right.
Due to these people, man.
Right.
Due to this man.
Who is the wicked vessel, man?
Yep. going on, it says, "Woe to him that buildeth the town with blood."
That's right. How was America built up, man? We know exactly how it was built up. Or how was Egypt built up, man? The same way that America was built up. All slavery, robbery, rape, bloodshed.
What does so-called white man say? Civilization started with Greece.
Right.
Okay, and how did Greece get that so-called civilization?
Right.
Huh.
And then, speaking on that, man, I was watching a video that Malcolm did actually, where he was speaking about the Japhetic people and how many of them were actually darker than Jake at one point, and after multiple generations of mingling with Alexander's people, all right, Macedonians, who were Edomites, they came up, they got to, they embraced that culture and then started calling themselves Greeks under them. All right, Edom is not the original Grecians.
Yeah, you got to be a goddamn devil, man, and just walk everywhere you walk to let you put your sign up, man, put your flag up,
right,
and call everything there yours. Take their women, all right, taking their children, okay, taking their customs, and then appointing them as the heathen.
And then throw this in there too, man. It's in Edom's spirit to do this, to conquer, be a vagabond, to move from place to place, being that harbinger of death. Yeah, it's in their spirit to do this. And something that always, stuck with me is my pops told me the story of the scorpion and the frog, man. All right, where the scorpion and the frog both have to get across. The scorpion can't swim, so he strikes a deal with the frog, right? Take me across the river, take me across the water, and I won't sting you. They get halfway across, and the damn scorpion sting the frog anyway, because it's in his nature. He said, I couldn't help it. He said, why you sting me? Now we both gonna die. That's Esau, man. That's Esau, bro. That's the spirit that these Edomites stay in. All right? As you can see, when they gash the skies and are willing to breathe the same death that we have to breathe on a regular basis, they would rather kill themselves to kill us, man. All right? So that's their spirit. Go ahead, bro.
And establish a city by iniquity. Behold, is it not of Yahweh of armies that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity?
That's right. And what are people doing as we are out here prophesying? They're walking up and down the street, going in and out of clubs and bars and restaurants, just doing vanity.
Or being weary, being stressed out about work.
Right, being stressed out about
your woman. You trying to get a house.
Right, trying to save for the mortgage. Man, fuck this place, man. Lord willing, in a year, less than a year, this whole bitch will be laid flat.
If you want to get a house, man. But you got to keep your eyes on Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, these people of the world, man, they worry. And that's something of the world. That ain't the fruits of the spirit, man. Okay. Yeah, that dude last week talked, where's the fruits of the spirit? Didn't even know what he was talking about.
He doesn't know what he means.
We keep our eyes single, man. We're not stupid. We're not saying go out here, quit your job, forsake your kids.
Right.
Do what you got to do as a man, man. But keep your eyes single. The prize is Yahweh Shai, man.
And if it takes you to cast off your family to do that, then that's what you got to do, man.
Right.
Every man has his own lot according to the spirit, okay? According to the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Every man's gonna have to go through their own thing, man.
Right.
Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he will show you. You know what I'm saying? If you open up to it, he will show you what you need to do.
Man. And in some situations, you just gotta have faith. Because you sitting there stressing, worrying about this, that, and the next thing.
You can't control.
For real, how many times has Yahweh, and if you know this truth and you understand this truth, how many times has Yahweh plucked you out of the fire, man? Walked away from situations that should have been your last day, your last moment, your last instance on earth, and you got plucked from that situation. And I was just dealing with that in the courtroom last week. My sister was sending me all these, all these laws and things to get around this and get out of the situation I'm involved in. But, I kind of told her, like, look, I just got to go have faith and sit down and face my enemy. That's all I can do. I just go sit in the fire. And when I did it, Yahweh delivered me, man. Delivered me out of that madness. Got some things thrown away, so you got to have faith.
Going on, it says, verse 14, for the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory power as the waters cover the sea.
That's right, man. Hey, the whole world is gonna know this truth, man.
And part of that, this gospel, man, part of this doctrine, part of that truth is that man of sin being revealed.
Right.
Okay, and that's being spread. It says right here, it says, as the waters that cover the sea.
That's right.
So just like those waters cover the entire sea, man, that's how this across the planet Earth.
That's right.
And just like these other fucking camps out here, man. These Hebrew Israelite camps, man. IUIC, GOCC, fucking ISUPK, talking about the so-called white man can be saved, man. That ain't what the scriptures say, man. The scriptures say the man of sin can be revealed, man. Letting you know these not the true men of Yahweh Shemiah Shah, because if they were, they would bring you the 100% truth, man. Like the men of GMS, starting with the apostles on down, man.
That's right. That's right.
Hold on, verse 15, it says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, and putteth thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness.
Amen. And that's all Esau's done, man. Is pass around that cup of iniquity. Got the whole world drunk with it, man. The whole world is drunk with that sweet wine, and they're waking up to find out that that hangover from that sweet wine is real shitty. That's why
It's actually bitter wine.
Yeah, it's bitter, and it was actually bitter wine.
Verse 16, and here's the main point to go along with that verse, that man of sin shall be revealed. It says, thou art filled with shame for glory, drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered.
That's right.
The cup of Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory.
That's right, man. Shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. The Edomite's glory is trash, man. All right, this great kingdom that you built.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Oh,
We're good. We're good. Go ahead.
car. So Slacky, you know, devil's cut us off.
Esau trying to stop his word from
Car.
coming out.
We're gonna get right back in the thing though. Did you have any steps? I ain't gonna speak.
Yeah, I wanted to.
Okay,
Of course, Genesis, Joel 9.
Oh yeah. I got a whole page dedicated. Well, I got a couple, but there is a whole page dedicated.
Continue on this shit.
Yeah. Go ahead while he's getting that.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High,
That's right.
or that is worship, so that he is as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. Who else is doing that besides Esau Edom, man?
Right.
He's going to change all the icons,
Right here.
changing all the icons to make all the biblical images look like himself, man. We know,
right.
man, the so-called white man ain't never fucking had no damn salt, man.
No.
You know?
Nah, man. How is this dude, Chancellor Voice here,
Come, man.
get to be the image of Yahushua, man? An all-powerful being, man.
If you read the scriptures, man, let me see. If you read the scriptures, you would know this image don't even match up with any of the things that Yahushua is coming to do to this place, man.
That's right.
Look.
Yeah, and that goes all the way back to Second Maccabees, man.
That's right.
Yeah, and
That's
even
right.
before that to Serapis, when those Grecians got power.
What did
Put
they
that
start to
motherfucking
do?
image up.
What did they start? And this is the image that was brought to the New World, okay? That was brought to the Latin nations and to the Taino Native Americans and was shoved down their throat.
And then
And they were raped, robbed, and murdered in the name of Jesus Christ.
Christianity. Let me grab
In the
this
name
quick
of
verse.
Christianity. Go
This
ahead.
is Second Maccabees 6,
Do this mean like?
verse 2. It says, and to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem. So this is what the Grecians did when they got power. Just like we were saying, man. How did the Grecians conquer the planet Earth? By bloodshed, man. By rape, robbery, and murder. Because that's what they do. The harbinger of death, a cancer. The
That's
so-called
right.
white man is a cancer.
That's right.
And this is what they did. It says, and to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem, and to call it the temple of Jupiter Olympus, and that in Garzim of Jupiter, the defender of strangers. So they put up a so-called Caucasian god, a Caucasian deity, and called it the defender of strangers. So you had Israel Latinos, and Native Americans going over there and worshiping this image and calling themselves strangers, man. So this is just something that Esau has done, which is actually in Esau's eyes, man, it's a great idea.
Right.
Esau is real good at being the devil because you conquer the people and then you put yourself up as God.
That's right. And now you got, like the brother said, you got all these other Israelites, okay, worshiping basically the white man.
That's all.
And his system. All right.
Yeah, that's why you got all the superheroes, man. All the superheroes, all the Santa Claus. They finally brought out that Black Panther, man. But that's because Esau's getting
and these
getting exposed.
And these Edomites, they get outraged every time that there's a superhero who's supposed to be, I can't believe they made him black. They made Spider-Man a Jake recently for the new for the new shit they're making.
That's because the everything's flipping around, man. Just like at the end of Django, you got the so-called Negro riding away on the horse, man. That ain't something that ever would happen.
Right. Oh man, and if you sat in that theater while that movie was out, man, white people wanted to jump out their skin. They was like, oh man, I didn't think it was gonna be like this.
If you got any questions, you could address my speaker right there.
That was just to mislead Jake to me, thinking that Africa shit, man.
All at once, Mama Africa.
Yeah,
I honestly didn't even like the movie.
I didn't either.
I thought it was gonna be way better.
I thought it was gonna be way better too.
Except though,
Pardon me for a moment. Who is Esau Satan?
Esau is the so-called Caucasian.
Yeah.
There's 18 nations according to the scripture, 18 original nations, and they all have a name and they all have blessings. Okay, this sign right here, these are the 12 tribes of Israel today. Okay,
Yeah,
you know that because
thinking
of the prophecies. Okay, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, but Esau would be the so-called white man. Here, listen to the account. Listen to the account, because we just got prophecy that man of sin, Esau, would be revealed who he is.
Right.
Okay, at his end days. Okay, now this is, before I hit this, I want to hit Job 9 and 24.
I figured you was going there.
This is Job 9 and 24. It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, so just like we were talking about the Grecians begot their rule, right? Even in the Bible, it tells you that that's when great wickedness was. So somebody's the wicked, and they have power over the earth. They have power over Hollywood. They have power over the social medias. Okay, they have power over the news platforms.
Social media have power over the people.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
They control the narrative. Always.
Yes,
For
always.
the last
And the question is,
1,000 years.
And they have become very proficient at programming.
Yeah.
Very.
That's very true. They can program the shit out of print.
Oddly enough, when I walked up, I was listening to I Can Ride a Bike with no handlebars.
Right.
It's all about push.
Right.
And I think.
Don't do something stupid so you ain't doing something intelligent.
Yep, exactly.
That's
Trump's got
what
that
Esau
shit
does.
covered.
Yeah, it's like the TV. It's the program
That
TV,
motherfucker
man.
right there is a good incarnation of the evil.
yeah, you want to finish it off before you
Yes.
wrap that up?
Yeah, then we'll jump to
The earth, well, I have another precept. too,
Okay,
like
yeah.
shot.
Get above that.
This is Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. Okay, we just got that account. Cesare. Okay, with the Olympus, Jupiter. Okay, it says, if not, where and who is he? Okay, so if it ain't the Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, then who is it? Who are the people that rule over the planet Earth? Who are the people that establish all the laws, the way of life, and it spreads throughout the four corners of the earth.
Right.
Okay, that Western expansion. Okay, all these nations have been westernized.
Right.
And that's that cup that they passed from nation to nation. That's why all these nations are going to receive judgment real soon, man.
Oh yeah, I know.
Go ahead, brother.
This is First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 1. And it happened after that, Alexander, son of Philip the Macedonian,
Right.
Who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, in his stead the first over Greece. So Alexander the Greek was the first king of Greece.
Right. Okay. And did you read that word instead?
Yeah.
And that word breaks down to like race or stock. When you break it down to the Paleo Hebrew, Greek, Latin, it means stock or race. So he was the first of his bloodline to ever rule over Greece. Prior to that, they always had what would be considered maybe an American Samoan or Hawaiian person being the Japhetic, the original Greeks. Which, if you go and you look at their armor,
Constantine was Grecian, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a Jake.
Yeah.
I believe believe he was a Roman.
Yeah, which at some point there were actually many Jakes in leadership positions in Rome.
So-called,
they just don't like
When
to
he
speak
says
about.
when he says Jake, he means an Israelite.
Right,
Forefather
a
being
person
Jacob.
of Israelite descent.
Oh,
Where
okay,
he-
fair enough, Jacob.
Right.
Oddly enough, that's why I was gonna. Genesis chapter 49:10.
Right.
Hi guys,
Well,
I'm
essentially
Shiloh.
what we're
I know
getting
the Bible
into-
well.
Right.
It's
Well,
actually a good
for
perspective.
edification purposes. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, I think it's a good thing.
Go ahead, bro.
and made many wars, and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth, and went through to the ends of the earth. And
Right. So his kingdom stretched from Europe to Asia. All right. Alexander dominated the Western world, what was the known Western world, and then went east. Yeah, he conquered. What he knew was the Western world. He conquered, and then he moved east. So he took over many nations, man.
So let me read. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Job 9:24.
Go ahead.
insomuch that the earth was quiet before him, for exalted, and his heart was lifted up.
That's right.
And he gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries and nations and kings who became tributaries unto him.
All right. What does that mean? The earth was quiet. That means that there wasn't war. Why? Because the so-called white men already conquered.
Right.
But you had revolutionaries, man. You had Spartacus. Okay, just like you had all these people today, Che Guevara, Emiliano Zapata. You had Nat Turner.
Right.
Okay, all these different people trying to liberate themselves, man. But there is one liberator. There is one true revolutionary, man, which was Yahushua. All right, Yahushua Mashiach, man. This is the only thing that's going to liberate you, man.
That's right. That's the only way to get out, because if you deal with the scripture long enough, you'll learn that Esau's blessing is the sword. So to deal with them carnally is to die. It's death. To go to try and fight them the way that they want to be fought is death. So we fight a spiritual battle. All right. This is the way that we deal with the Edomites. Go ahead, brother. You got more on that?
Yeah, I got some. And after these things, he fell sick and perceived that he should die.
Right.
Well,
Alexander died around the age of 36, I believe. 32 years old. He died young, yeah. And he split up. Go ahead, I can read it down.
And after these things, he fell sick and perceived that he should die. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable and had been brought up with him from his youth. And they parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive.
So you have four main generals that he parted his kingdom amongst, being Seleucid, Cassander, and there's one I can't recall. That's 12. I can't remember exactly, but I know it's four. What time? Yeah, he split that kingdom up between those four. Go ahead, Art.
So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bare rule every one in his place. After his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them.
Right.
Many years and evils were multiplied in the earth.
The earth was given into the hand of the wicked. Now, when you go into the book of Daniel, the 8th chapter, it tells you all the different ions that are going to rule, man.
Right.
And that's where great wickedness started with the so-called white man, and it leads all the way through to America. And after America, that's when the kingdom is going to be established. Okay, we're out here to proclaim that the so-called white man's wicked rule is coming to a swift end, man.
And
via thermonuclear fire and fire from the Heavenly Father.
Right. Right.
Let me go ahead and grab this, because you said, that he establishes himself as God. Okay, this is Ezekiel. Okay, going back to the Cesare, the Jupiter and Olympus. Ezekiel 28 and verse 1. I'll start at verse 2. It says, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thine heart has said, I am Yahweh. I sit in the seat of Yahweh in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man and not Yahweh.
And that goes back to that 2 Thessalonians where we were speaking on who does that in the earth, man. Who dubbed themselves persecution, man, as well as sitting in a God power seat. Who plays God on the earth? Esau, man.
Even the Russian czars, what did they say? They were God in the
Right.
flesh.
Yeah, they were God. They would make that claim. Tsar Nicholas actually was the last Jake Tsar. That could have been part of the reason why he got judgment.
Nope. Though thou set thine heart just had an Edomite walk by earlier, just full of pride, man. It says, "Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they cannot hide from me." Yeah, and they're wise. Man, they're wise in the battlefield. Okay, now look at the riches that the so-called white man has created. Okay.
Wait, will you read that? What was that? Read that again.
Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel.
He's speaking on the prophets now.
The tributaries.
We've seen the things that Daniel saw and we understand them. Daniel didn't know, you know what I'm saying? And that's a crazy thing to think about. But think about it, Daniel didn't understand the things he was seeing.
Really?
He couldn't break them down. We've been fortunate enough. Yeah.
You didn't see.
Seems like an odd word.
I mean, he saw them in a vision.
Right.
There is no secret that can be hid from thee.
Oh, well, see,
with thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver unto thy treasures. By thy whoredom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches.
That's right.
Right, and that's what they created, man, but through their riches of conquering the planet Earth. Okay, and through their whoredoms that have been spread throughout all nations, man, their hearts been lifted up with pride.
Right. Esau has great pride, man.
Nope.
They have great pride.
Verse 6, therefore, the Master Yahweh, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of Yahweh, behold, therefore, I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom. Okay, going back into Obadiah, man, all these different nations, an ambassador has been set among the heathen.
Right.
Okay, all these different nations are raising up in battle, or to the book of Revelation. Okay, there's the two angels of death in the Middle East who have been loosed, man. They've been loosed to push death, to ultimately bring all the nations to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which means Yahweh's Shabbat, man, Yahweh's judgment, okay, to the nations. Going on, it says, this is Salakia, it says, and they shall draw their sword against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. They shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. Wilt thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, before Iran, before Russia, okay, I am Yahweh. So, are you going to say in that day that they're Yahweh,
Yeah.
the Most High? This is, but,
Fucking tough guy.
yep, thou shalt be a man, and no power in the hand of him that slayeth thee.
That's right. So you might say you're going to have no power in that day, man. That day when Yahweh cracks the sky and them chariots come out and they start zapping people in the street, you're going to lose your mind. The scripture literally describes it as you just hollering like pregnant women in the street out of fear and confusion and just utter chaos, man. People are going to lose your mind. And that's after famine. That's after pestilence. You know, after you deal with race riots and deal with all the other, curses that Yahweh is going to set on this place, man. So, and it's going to be crazy. When the scripture speaks on blood being up to the horse's bridle in the street, it's not a joke. People are going to die in numbers that are you can't even fathom the amount of people that are going to be slain in the street. You're going to have Edomite on Edomite violence. You're going to have Jake on Jake violence. Then they're going to realize it's dumb to kill each other. They'll start killing the other races. It's going to be utter chaos, man. And then the sky going to crack. Yahweh going to show his face. All right? Because like we all the way back, like we said, that man of sin has been revealed. That's Esau, Edom, on the earth. And all the rest of the nations are being drawn to that valley of Jehoshaphat.
When they led that great sin.
Right.
We did last week. We just had the whole LGBT community come and roll up on us doing a protest, man.
Right. Right. I heard. Yeah, brother was telling me about that. They were like, man, how is it that we live in a place? And I'm not saying this to be funny, man, but how in the hell does someone who is orientation have more rights than a regular man? The regular man don't even have rights in this place anymore, especially if you're a Jake, or I should say if you're Hispanic or a Negro or a Latino. You live by a completely different set of rules than these Edomites, man.
The only thing that Jake has the upper hand on, man, is honestly that social media, man.
Right.
Because if something happens, you know, they put that forth, and the whole world is in the vibration, man, of these race riots.
Right.
Okay, so they put that forth. You know, that's why you always see so-called, you know, white woman wouldn't let a so-called black man into an apartment or whatever the case might be. You know, dude got arrested or whatever, and he puts it up, man, and the whole all Jake is going crazy, man. And that's because those fans are being stirred up for war, man.
That's right.
So that's the only thing. Jake has that upper hand right now because Jake is coming together, man.
Right.
And that's why we always try to put that disclaimer forth that we're not affiliated with no Black Lives Matter, no La Raza, no. This ain't about the flesh, man. This is about the spirit, the elect of the 12 tribes of Israel and the scattered brethren, man, that are scattered across the four winds of heaven.
Because this truth transcends color, man. That whole color shit, that just is something for Esau to cross on.
You got Israelites in India, man. You got Israelites in
We're not dividing
South
anything.
Africa. Okay.
You are my brother.
To be honest about it, the Edomites didn't even call themselves white until the 1600s. All right, that wasn't even a thing. No one referred to you by the color of your skin. You were always referred to as your father's seed. Your father's seed. All right, which they have repetitively showed you constantly on just about every show about history ever. You never see anybody come up and present themselves to whoever a character is and say, my name is, you know, William of Sterling, the son of, and then give you a woman's name. It never happens because your identity can never come from your mother. That's a new thing. That's new world, new technology, Edomite confusion. Because you are always what your father is. You know, that's our.
You could even just tell, man. I've noticed, like when my relatives or whatever have kids, that a lot of times the kid looks more like the mother, but his spirit always resembles the spirit of the father.
Because you are your father's child, and your spirit, your seed, your line will always come through that man. If you have a deep understanding of the scriptures and understand reincarnation, that you will always have the same father. All right, you will always come from the same set of loins that you came from in a past.
Because the man with reincarnation, man, the progenitor of that race, man, that seed continues forever.
Forever.
You know, that seed never dies, man.
Right.
So, well, I ain't say that because some shit be wiped out. But,
Right.
You know,
Spirit
coming.
yeah,
Right.
I've been waiting.
It is coming. It's not no game.
At a different signpost, but trust me, I'm waiting.
Right.
That's why they call Yahweh son of David, man.
Right.
Because he came from the seed of David, that line of David.
And they say that throughout the script, I believe, at least 3 times.
Oh,
Son of Jesse, who got, you know, and Ruth, it's spoken of, and Ruth speaks on Yahweh's lineage and where he came
So
from.
where you go?
Most I even tell you, man, he gonna raise up a righteous root
From the seed of
My
Jesse.
brothers, I gotta get.
Hey, go ahead, bro.
Thank you for being out here teaching, man.
Yeah,
Look up GMS Denver, man. We come out here every Friday. Look it up on YouTube, GMS Denver.
Yeah, check this out.
We're live streaming right now.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 5. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. This is the time for Esau to be revealed, man.
That's right.
That's why the prophets are on the highways always week in and week out.
Right. All over the earth, man.
Pushing the word of Yahweh outside, man, because it's time for Esau to be revealed, man. The so-called white man is being revealed for all the wickedness that he's committed in the earth, man. All the wickedness he's committed against the sons of Israel, man. The so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics, man. The man is being revealed, man, for all the fucking rape, robbery, and murder of all the nations, man. The fucking devil, man.
What's that, brother? This is 2nd Ezra 6 and verse 28. As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which hath been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
And that truth it's been a long time since anybody has told the truth in these parts, man. All right, you Edomites believe your own lies. You lie about your very existence, man. All right, everything that you have in this place, you got through rape, robbery, and murder. And you, even if you didn't take part in it, your forefathers did, and you benefited from their actions, which the scripture reads, right? Prepare slaughter for his children, man. Isaiah, the 14th chapter. That's what it reads. It reads, prepare slaughter for his children, for their fathers' iniquities. All right, the same way that we have to suffer our punishment under you practice. All right, we got to deal with this lowly state that we're in. You know, sitting here, have to watch you Edomites walk up and down the street, proud and free. All right, knowing damn well you ain't physically or mentally superior to us at all. All right.
Oh man, yeah, just nature itself proves it. I was watching.
Man, you people fear the shit out of us, man.
I was watching that movie. You know, I like to watch movies every now and then. I watched that one, that older one, Revenge of the Nerds. I watched it. But there's that ending. You know, we got all those Edomite. You know, it's about like some Edomite school back in like the 80s or something.
Right.
But yeah, man, all those Edomites. You know, picking on all them. You know, all them soft, you know, saltless Southern Edomites. At the end, you got all these Jakes come up, you know, all these Judites, man, and they line up, and all the Edomites, they just shut the fuck up and just sit back, man, in fear.
Right. Because
there's even less Judites than there are Edomites, right? But
even in our powerless state, you still don't want this smoke. You still don't. You don't want your women around us because we're gonna take her, you know, and that's just the way that it is. Your own women are starting to run out. You have to say that curses are falling on you, really. That's what it really is. You know, there's nothing else other than that. It's your turn. It's your turn. It's time for you to drink the cup. All right? Got some more on that, brother?
Esau's biggest mistake was not extincting the Israelites.
Oh, they tried.
But you can.
But you can. Yeah, you can. It's not, and it wasn't for lack of effort. That's why you goddamn devils got to pay, man. You goddamn devils got to pay. With your whole ass. Go ahead.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he.
The mystery of iniquity doeth already work, man. That mysterious iniquity. Because now you got over here, you got full grown ass men walking around dressed as dogs, man, across the street.
That's some shit.
They have right down the street from my house. They got the little chief place of concourse down there, which isn't, you know, it's not as popular as this, but there's always I think it's like every Thursday or something. You got a bunch of people walking around wearing stuffed animal costumes.
They call them fuzzies. Out by fuzzies.
That shit is ridiculous.
And what does all iniquity
madness, man.
manifest from, man? So-called white man. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's the fucking vibration he puts out in the earth, man.
And that,
fucking do us out with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Just like the brother said before, Job 9:24 again. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right. They run this whole show.
He put the bottle to his neighbor's mouth.
That's right.
Look on his nakedness.
That's right.
Fucking fake.
Yeah.
I mean, that goes for like philosophy, but still, you fucking fake.
Oh, well, we was talking about that on the way up here, man. Edomites are just gay in general, man. They want to do weird shit. If you ever hang out with Edomites, man, and I'm sure, as you know, Jakes, at some point, you as a child, whatever, you had to spend time around Edomite. If you did it, you know, well, you fortunate brother, and that's real cool. Some of us was not so fortunate, but man, just to be around them. And they be humping on each other, and like the brother said, we was speaking on that. They be grabbing each other's dicks, and trying to measure each other's shit. Man,
that shit
Edomites gay, man.
And in college, man,
Shit is weird.
In college, man, you'll be roommates with some fucking Edomites. You got your friends over there. You got Jakes over there. We chilling. These niggas over here fucking all on each other's backs and grabbing on each other and shit. And we up here playing 2K and, you know what I'm saying?
2K trying to smoke,
you know
probably, because that's what niggas be
got
doing.
bitches Neil here fucking grabbing on each other.
And they want to fuck each other. That's how, and you be like, man, you don't want to come up here and fuck on these bitches? They be like, no.
Nah, bro.
He's so gay, man. He's so gay like that. It's just how it be. Why you think that
man, I remember when I was a little kid, we went on a outdoor lab in the 6th grade.
Right.
We went back. They took us to the hot springs over here in the mountains, and it's like a natural pool, natural like spa, you know.
Right.
You go over, but they have a locker room, man. You know, everybody was like, having a change in their underwear. You know, bathrooms is full and stuff. You know, I was like, well, I guess I'll just change right here. That was the last time I ever changed like that, man. 'Cause I looked over, there was an Edomite. You know, he was probably in his 20s, man, staring right at my rod.
Oh,
Just
man.
like with a straight stare. Didn't look away when I looked at him. Nothing, man.
That shit.
Traumatized the hell out of me.
Yeah, I told Ark
No,
the same
man.
thing.
I could
Somebody
never-
showing the web, man.
I was like, I ain't ever
Man.
changing in the damn locker room again because
Man.
Esau's trying to stare at some rod, man.
That's what Esau does in this prison system, man. He promotes that homosexuality shit. That's why he put these fucking testosterone-filled males around each other for so many fucking years. What you think's gonna happen, man?
Right.
All in the shower, naked and shit with fucking. Come on, man.
In the prisons, man.
Oh, yeah. Niggas.
You can't just put some dividing walls up in the prisons.
Exactly, right?
Right.
It's a whole fucking community shot. Everybody ass out, man. Come on, man.
And then they search you and put their thumb all in your butthole and shit too. So Esau just a weird dude. Go ahead, Ark.
For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who will not let him will let until he be taken out of the way.
That's right. Esau's gonna do what the fuck he want to do because he's the spiritual devil, all right, and physical devil, all right, until he is removed from the power seat by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, and that day is coming soon. We are patiently waiting and waiting for you to be moved the hell out of the way.
Con.
Grab another set.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Ark.
I got it right here.
Okay.
This is Sirach 35 and verse 18. Will not be slack, neither will the mighty be patient towards them.
God, Yahweh ain't gonna have no mercy on these Edomites, man. And that day, they ain't gonna, like the brother said, it'll be zero slack. The scriptures say to not withhold your sword, man. If you withhold your sword in that day, the Lord may put you to death, man. All right?
It says, till he has smitten asunder the loins of the unmerciful, and repaid vengeance to the heathen, till he have taken away the multitude of the proud, and broken the scepters of the unrighteous. What's a scepter, man? Yeah, a scepter
everyone
symbolizes
stay calm.
rulership.
Right, right.
So you got the little ball, the jewel, or whatever it is on top, man. Showing you those wicked that bears. We're going back to Job 9 and 24. Okay, all the different precepts we was grabbing. That wicked that are ruling. That scepter is going to be broken. Okay, because they've ruled in unmercifulness and unrighteousness. Okay, and that's out on the streets. That's dealing with their government systems. Okay, somebody messes around. I was just. I might have been talking to you, brother, about something that had something to do with the women. But yeah, man, you know, if a dude goes and about the rape doctrine, how it tells you that if a woman screams out, then she won't be put to death. But if she's married and she gets raped, if she screams out, she won't be put to death. But if she doesn't scream out, she will be put to death, man.
Right.
And so what you have today, you'll have these women that'll lay with men and they'll enjoy themselves, they'll love it. You live in it, get into an argument and say that the dude raped them.
Good.
They end up going to prison. They end up being the charges just through the roof. Can never even operate in society ever again, man.
Right.
So I remember, man, when I was in the military, that shit happened a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a rule. It's fucking. I guess a law we call it in the military. You're not supposed to. If you before y'all have sex, you can't consent.
Yeah.
So this is what happened. You would go out to a bar. Y'all would be drinking. Y'all go back to her room, go back to your room. Y'all have sex, right? So now the next morning, she realized all of a sudden she remembered she has a boyfriend. And now she was like, oh, he raped me. You know? That's how easy it is in the military, man.
They have it on that, what is that movie? Mandingo. That's that movie Mandingo, man.
Shalom, Markin.
Shalom, brothers.
How about Shem
You got to show those examples, man, of the unmerciful rulership.
Wasn't that what was that one movie? It's called Riverwood, or it was all the way back. It was talking about the Seminole in Native America.
I haven't watched that one.
It's an old school one. If I'm correct, I think it's called Riverwood.
Riverwood?
Rosewood.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen it, but I heard of it.
No, that one's good because this Edomite woman, man, basically ends up sleeping with a Jake and forces him to, man. And at that time, he her husband comes back and saying that he raped her.
That's
It's a good movie, man. You got to check it out.
that shit happened with Emmett Till, man. So-called white woman say he whistled at her, and all these years later, the bitch come out and say it didn't happen.
Right.
Now you got this Jake man beat so bad you couldn't even recognize him, man.
Right.
You know what I'm
His
saying?
mother, even his own mother, said not to close his casket because she wanted the world to see what basically the devil was capable
The
of.
harbinger of death, man. That cancer.
Yeah.
All because that Edomite bitch said he whistled at her and he didn't, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how easy it is for Jake to get put to death out here in America, man. Y'all niggas out here voting and trying to be part of this fucking system, man. Well, all they have ever done is fucking rape, robbing, and murder.
You're trying to have a vote for cancer, man. You're trying to have a friendly debate with cancer.
That's why how about you gonna put your ass to death, man?
Please give us some more benefits, cancer.
Please, cancer. Feed our children cancer.
Vote, the elders, I heard in Chicago, said that vote going back means an agreement or a pledge to a god.
Right. Yeah, we're not supposed to even be involved in their voting system because they don't rule over us. They're not our
We cast
gods,
lots,
kings.
man. That's what we do. Cast lots. All right, and even when back before Israel, when they started to choose kings, man, it was Yahweh that chose them, man.
Right.
And before then, there was supposed to be no kings.
Right.
Israel went off and wanted to have a king.
And he gave them
Gave
Saul.
them Saul.
was the king.
And Saul
man.
was Saul wound
Right.
up being the poop king. All right, he didn't rule.
Yeah, because you can't rule in the flesh, man.
Right.
Anytime you rule in the flesh, it's going to be wicked. Back in the spirit, man, and the elect have to receive
It's
new
always,
bodies.
it's always gonna be corrupt, man. Because power corrupts, man.
Right.
That's why what's being it's being built right now is a governing body, okay, to govern the planet Earth. Okay,
Right.
people are wasting their time voting, man, and a governing body over the planet Earth is being built. Okay, the ready to be reestablished in order. Okay, through that King Yahweh Shai and the elect, man, those joint heirs.
That's right. It reminds me of that Queen song, that old Queen song, Princess of the Universe, man. And I love that song because it always just made me feel good. Princess of the Universe, that shit go hard, man. And it always made me feel some type of way. And like the brother said, through that process, man, that governing body's being built. We'll have that governing body over the whole earth and then the universe, man. You got to think, on a higher level. Yahweh's going to give you the ultimate prize. The ultimate prize.
Almost raggedy shit. Esau's king.
Right,
Man.
and you want a Mercedes. We was talking about that earlier. You want to live in a mansion, man. You're gonna have many mansions, man. You're gonna have multiple houses, vacation spots.
Y'all niggas out here
on different planets.
Be able to have different planets. So hard. I was watching Stephen Hawking's documentary about basically running scared, man.
Right.
Saying that they had to hurry up and populate the universe because Esau's destroyed the earth, man. The cancer has corrupted the entire planet.
Right.
They even tell you they did, man.
Hell yeah.
And they always want to say mankind.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, Jake ain't ruining this shit. Jake is a plain man building the tents, man. Field, man.
Right. But
destroying every fucking thing.
But they control the narrative. So like we said, so they out here trying to push down the heavy thing in the U.S. And we was talking about this on the way up. All right. Now the new enemy is the immigrant, right? Now the new enemy, and anyone who looks like a Jake, pretty much, is now the enemy. And they're pushing that tough, man. Pushing that real tough with all of this black denomination crap that's going on, and all these different groups that are trying to fade to that side of the fence. And then you got that like they making Jake from Central America and Southern America or South America be the enemy now. Because you Edomites need a dead enemy. You always need an enemy to keep your sorry ass system going. It's the only way America works. You've only had 17 years of peace here. They always need an enemy.
Cancer needs to kill.
Yeah, cancer's got to kill. You got to kill somebody.
Verse 19, it says, "Till he hath rendered to every man according to his deeds, and to the works of men according to their devices, till he hath judged the cause of his people, and made them to rejoice in his mercy."
God, this black brother was laughing at this age. This Moabite was waving at us on the bus. So fucking hard. So tough. So
Trying to
he's
get
like,
claim.
oh yeah, you gonna make some good frown
Yeah,
right.
she's trying to get claim.
Unblockable and shit.
Moab
Good
ain't allowed in the
Bitch, you gotta do my feet.
Yeah, it tells you, man, he judge the cause of his people. All right, he's gonna render to all these different nations, man, their judgments to judge the cause of his people.
That's right. That's right.
Going on, verse 20, it says, mercy is seasonable in the time of affliction. So you got to think of the seasons, okay? When seasons, they come and they go.
Right.
Okay. So when it's, and this is me to the T, man. When it's snowing, God damn it, man, it's cold. Why can't it be summer? Then it's summer. God damn it, man, it's hot. I can't breathe.
I can't wait for it to be cold.
And that's it. It's seasonable in the time of affliction. Okay, we're in the time of affliction, man. We're beseeching Yahweh. We're seeking Him, man. We're praying. All right. We're doing everything we can to get the hell up out of this place, man. But you know, you got to remember that patience, because as you go on, it says, as clouds of rain in the time of drought. Okay, so you compare it to a drought. Okay, when there's a drought, everybody, oh man, come on, let there be rain, and that's what we're doing, man.
Right.
But you gotta stay patient, man, and faithful.
Because being part of this thing, man, this isn't a sprint; it's a marathon. And, you know, we got to run. If you got to run for 30 years, 30, 40 plus years, like the elders do, or maybe you get in at this thing for a couple minutes at the end, you still got to be part of this marathon.
You coming at the end, man, you gotta do that sprint.
Yeah, you better be sprinting actually at that point, because
They'll jump in this thing, man, and they'll be sprinting already, and then they'll just gas out.
right, gas out, fall out, trip out, and it's okay to fall, man. You just got to get the hell back up. Everybody, ain't nobody is perfect. If the truth demanded us to be perfect, man, it would be no flesh to save.
There would be no Yahweh Shai.
Right. Right. There'd be no,
Okay,
there would be no need for
So
it.
you individuals that don't believe in Yahweh Shai, man, you're perfect.
Yeah.
The only way is you're perfect, and if you're not, then you're sacrificing goats at home.
That's right.
I'm wondering how much money you got to be sacrificing that many goats, man.
For real.
And if you is sacrificing, man, the Most High still not dealing with you, man, because you're not taking no more sacrifices, man.
The sacrifice is done. You got to be the sacrifice now.
This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 19. Nevertheless, the foundation of Yahweh standeth sure, which is talking about the apostles, which is the 12 foundations of the kingdom, which are as an example being led by Yahweh Shai. Having this seal, the Lord knoweth them that are his, and let everyone that nameth the name of Hamashiach depart from iniquity. And just like they were saying, you know, if you're going to call on that name, call it in sincerity. Because the Lord's going to judge your heart, not your, you know, your heart, that your muscle that pumps blood into your body, but actually your mind. It says, but in a great house there are not only vessels of gold and of silver, but also of wood and of earth, and some to honor and some to dishonor. Going back to that Romans 9.
There go your dishonor. That's some dishonor right there.
Yeah, the Lord's going to destroy them.
That's right.
The elect, he's going to deliver them. And he's going to do it in a fancy way.
In a snazzy way.
He'll do it flashy, man.
Yeah, he's going to do it flashy. That's the way the Lord always get down.
What you think the Most High is? King of the universe for nothing.
Right.
He got all this power for nothing.
Right.
He gonna show that shit off, man.
Right.
yeah.
Look what he did to Egypt. That's, you know,
That was
one
little. That was
that's it.
That's like he sneezed.
Yeah, he was like, and he wanted to do it.
Yeah, it's like he sneezed, man.
He made Pharaoh buck up just to crush him. Just to crush him, like the brother said,
wheels fell off?
man. The brother, yeah. Fucking
The
Pharaoh.
Lord knocked the wheels off the chariot.
Right. Made him stop. That's all shit, man.
Yeah.
Put the wheels back on.
Yeah.
He's sitting there cussing out put the wheels on so we go get them goddamn Israelites. I
Not
don't care about their power.
He did all that because Most High wanted him to.
Because the Most High wanted
That's the power of the Most High.
man, and he made himself look like a damn fool, and Yahweh wound up crushing his ass because he wanted to.
And it's so beautiful because the scripture tells you that there's no new thing under the sun, man. Everything continues to happen. That was everything that happened in Egypt, man. Was all it's written in the scripture because it's all prophecy, man. It's all symbolic for what's going on today. Okay, this second Exodus. Okay, the Passover. Okay, putting the blood over your doorpost, man. That's the drinking of the that's what the Passover was when they were celebrating at the time of Yahweh Shai's death.
Right.
Okay, drinking that wine, taking part of that blood. that you'll be passed over, man, because that the angel of death is coming, just like it came then. What was it? What did it come to kill? Did it came to kill old ass men?
No.
No, it came to kill the firstborn of every son, man. Children are gonna be dying in these streets, man. You so-called white people are gonna be put to death, man, by the billions.
That's right.
Okay.
And you know what? We gonna make you swallow your
I got
name down. You are not white. You are not European. You are Esau Edom.
That's
You are
right.
not Roman. You are not
You're not
Roman
American.
Greco. You're not American. You are Esau Edom.
You're not just white.
Drink that shit down because you are going into captivity.
I can't tell you how many Edomites I've asked what
Man.
nationality they were.
They don't know.
They're like, oh, I'm white.
They're everybody.
What do you mean you're white?
They
That ain't
be
no
a-
nationality. But I don't know. I'm just white. I don't know what I am.
Yeah, I don't know what I am. I'm just white. Yeah. And that's the
Good
that's
on
the
that,
pride of you Edomites, man. You want to be everybody. These niggas made a movie. This just shows you the boldness of how ridiculous Esau is. They made a movie about ancient between Egypt and Israel, and everybody's white. Everybody, every character, all the Israelites, all the Egyptians are white.
Last Samurai.
How the fuck? Yeah, the last samurai. How the only nigga who lived is an Edomite?
I was watching.
Who just learned how to fight 2 weeks ago?
I was watching this dude, man, go on a rant talking about how
John tests me every single day, and I call him out on
how
it.
there was no black people in Rome.
Oh,
And it was a Roman scholar got up, man, and he put his ass out. He put his ass out because he was telling me that how many so-called Negroes in Rome that day.
Rome was filled with Negroes, man. Rome was filled with all of the nations. All right, but there was plenty of Negroes in Rome and in Greece. The hell, what do you think and Hellenized is? That it doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean anything. That there's two sets of Gentiles. That there's the truly lost people of Israel who want to be every other nation other than Israel, and then there's the heathen. It's not a very complicated thing to understand or pick up on. If you're getting confused, it wasn't meant for you. You know, if you're tripping up on the milk of these concepts, this shit isn't for you. And we're not out here we're fishing for men. We're looking for the elected. We ain't looking for nobody else. That's first Mark. I believe that's Mark, the first chapter. Go ahead, Adi.
This is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
That's right, man. So if you are not out here sighing and crying, what does the scripture say? Place a mark on the head of the men who are doing that. This is sighing and crying right now. We come out and we plead with Yahweh. We're not pleading with these fucking people. We're not out here pleading with these people to be our friends or to join our denomination or be part of our gospel or to share in the treasures of heaven. To be honest, we don't give a damn about you.
Let me grab a piece of
The hell with you, man. Death to you, Edomites, man.
That's right.
You were never invited, man.
You weren't invited to this party. You know what I'm saying? We out here pleading with Yahweh to get us the fuck up out of here.
Let me grab a set real quick.
Go ahead, brother. Need some light, bro? I can put a light on for you. I know it's dark.
This is 1 John 4 and verse 5. They are of the world, therefore speak they of the world, and the world heareth them. We are of Yahweh. He that knoweth Yahweh heareth us. He that is not of Yahweh heareth us not. Hereby we know the spirit of truth and the spirit of error.
Amen. And that couldn't be spoken any truer than what the brother just said.
Oil and water.
Oil and water, yeah. Hey, if we was out here leaning with it, rocking with it, and two-stepping and gigging, we'd have a whole crowd of motherfuckers coming up and talk to us. Oh man, y'all over here crip walking and everything up down the street. Man, why don't y'all come hang out with us down over at the shoe shop?
The shoe shop, yeah, we got it.
Man, you know, cuz, man, we're not of the world like you people, man. Yeah. We're like, damn, why don't y'all come kick it with us? We like fried chicken too. Nigga, we ain't like y'all. We're not in the world. We're not speaking. You're not hearing us. All right? Because we're not speaking to you. This is Yahweh speaking through the prophets. And yes, I said it. This is Yahweh speaking through the prophets to the elect. It's not for anybody else. If you just a regular heathen walking up down the street, you looking at us funny. And we looking at you funny too, because you should be in chains. Go ahead, Doc.
Ezekiel 9 and verse 5. And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after them, go ye after him through the city and smite.
These are the angels of death, man, who are simply just following the commandment of Yahweh. What are they gonna say? No, no.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna go smite them. I ain't gonna go smite the firstborn babies.
Or all of a sudden be like,
I didn't move to kill
right?
today.
But my feel, I don't really want to kill kids.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling
I was
some
telling
shit.
the brother Halaki, man. I was watching that show American Horror Story, the second season. It takes place in an insane asylum.
Right.
And there's this part where there's Jake. He has schizophrenia, and he goes, man, and he slices on the thing at the deli that they cut the meat with, and there's a nun that's possessed with a demon, and she walks over there after everything happens to see what's going on, and she looks at the wall. Guess what it is? Written in blood, Paleo Hebrew, somebody's name in Paleo Hebrew, and that demon turns around and says, "Did you summon him?" And all of a sudden the angel of death rolls up, and it just killing everybody, man.
Oh, that's wow.
But it just shows, man, you know, the angel, it just went there to do its job, to kill.
Right.
Hey,
Uh-huh.
it's speaking in Hebrew too.
Yep.
Right.
We got his orders in Hebrew too.
Right. Right. Hey, man, it's gonna be a beautiful thing when Yahweh puts you Edomites where you belong, underneath the boot of Israel, man. All right.
For 2/3 too, though.
Yeah. It's gonna be good for them.
Yeah, get ready for slavery.
Go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity.
Right.
Slay utterly old and young.
Right. Well, hold on. Did you say that we should have mercy on old people and little babies?
Slay utterly old and young.
We should.
Slay utterly old and young.
See, Yahweh is not a respecter of persons, man. He don't give a
Very
fuck.
And what is that, man? That he's speaking to? Is he speaking to just some guy,
Right.
just Joe Schmo? No, he's speaking to an angel, man.
Yeah. He's talking to an angel like this.
He giving orders, man.
He's telling him to have no mercy at all, to come to earth and slay everybody. Just do not hold back your sword. But the scriptures is about love.
Could you imagine that, man? Could you imagine just the vision of that he saw? Like, just, I mean, imagining this, man.
Right.
Picturing it, Yahweh sitting on his throne and calling one of the angels.
Right, the
Calling
angel
him,
of
calling
death.
him by his name.
Right.
And it says he has a voice of many waters, man.
Right.
Calling him with
Loud.
that many waters voice
Loud as hell.
and telling him this, man.
Yeah.
Slay utterly both old and young.
Right.
You know?
Kill them all. Man, you would be shit as a regular human. Hey, the Israelites was terrified. Remember on Mount Sinai, they was waiting for Moses. Please, Moses. Hey, Moses, tell you how shot we want to hear what he talking about, man.
And the angels standing in complete order, man. In order and unity, man. And that's why we gotta walk in that same spirit, man. We're
Smell it.
it's just Babylon, man.
Yeah, come on. Hey.
Esau's and real shit that
I'm like, am I standing
just
in
get
shit?
random nasty stenches, man. It's
Oh
disgusting.
my God.
But yeah, man, we're a reflection. We're a reflection of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. You know, so you don't see no unity, you don't see no spirit like within the body, man. Yeah, get that shit. Wearing heels and everything.
Yeah, sloppy, brother. I didn't hear you.
Smell like boo-boo like that?
Probably,
Without
man.
spirit? Go ahead, bro.
Slay utterly old. It's like Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 6. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children,
That's right, man.
and women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
Like the brother read before, if you got that mark from Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you were chosen to be one of his from the beginning. All right?
He knows you.
He knows you. You ain't gonna catch no judgment.
Man, it smells like a straight
Bro,
dumpster.
I'm telling I've
It smells like somebody just pushed a dumpster.
Yeah. Like
down the
somebody
street.
shit on our feet. I'm like, damn.
Hey, this place is done, man.
You
You ain't gonna smell no shit
Yeah,
like this.
imagine the aromas of the kingdom, man.
Yeah.
Imagine when the cancer Esau is dead. Imagine the aromas you're gonna be smelling, man.
Straight fucking shit, man.
Man. That's
Smells
Satan,
like
bro.
sewage water.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's horrible.
And it said, and it reads, and begin at my sanctuary. So he's gonna begin with you 2/3, man.
That's right,
You
man.
so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics who didn't want to take heed to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua when he was out here calling to you, man.
Which
That's why that trash trip.
which I don't want to be a
Yeah,
Debbie Downer or
that's a
nothing like
demon,
that, but I kind of feel like the hedges is already being trimmed, man. Like the bad fruit are being removed.
Dead body.
You know?
Okay.
Brothers who ain't supposed to get this, or brothers that, man, we being, you know, just you getting clipped off the tree. The dead branches is getting clipped off. So if you got that mark, or if you're still in this thing right now, like Malcolm says, man, don't be that nigga who tripped before the finish line. Don't be that guy, because hey, niggas is getting clipped off right now. Judgment started in the house of Israel, and then, like I said, man, I really believe that that's happening. That's occurring as we live out these days. Every day, man, Jake is catching judgment out here. Every day, Esau catching judgment too, but more so Jake right now, man.
They're the only ones who got the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
And begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house.
Right. God.
That should get the old first.
Yeah.
The heart stop.
That shit is the most. I don't know. They must have did that shit on
They
purpose.
put that shit on purpose.
What did Saul get the spirit stripped away from him
For not killing fucking
for not killing all
Edomites.
the Amalekians? What was he supposed to kill? He was supposed to kill
supposed
man,
to kill
women, children,
all
and
the-
animals.
and
man.
the livestock.
Any animals that they had, he was supposed to put to death. But what?
That's your stank breath, nigga. What you talking about? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, bro.
It's,
Talking
Yeah, man.
cash.
But yeah, go ahead. That's why that's it.
Fucking hate this place, bro. Weak as fuck.
Hey, we don't war with flesh and blood.
Man, it makes you want to jump across the line.
You just want to smell is spiritual, bro.
Right.
gone.
What they got is they got a trash truck right here, and it's fucking heavy, smelling like a dead body.
It does. It smell like
And
it's
then that
dead
dude
person.
walks by talking. The Lord smell like bad, you know.
Right.
But this truth is heavy. That's why. It cuts these demons up.
We ain't gonna move. Fuck that truck.
And it says in Exodus 14, verse 22, and the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea, dry ground, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left.
Right.
And the Egyptians pursued and went in after them to the midst of the sea, even all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen.
Right.
And it came to pass that in the morning watch Yahweh looked unto the hosts of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, talking about the chariots, and troubled the host of the Egyptians, and took off their chariot wheels, that they drave them heavily.
Right.
So that the Egyptians said, let us flee from the face of Israel, for Yahweh fighteth for them against the Egyptians.
And for people who don't believe in that particular story, it's already been historically proven that there are chariots at the bottom of the Red Sea.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring it out because the brother was bringing out earlier about how the Lord brought him out of Egypt.
Right.
And that's the Lord brought him out through the chariots.
Right. And like this brother was mentioning as well, man, we saw the miracles that Yahweh did. Why the lack of faith? How is it that you niggas have no faith, man? That if you watched the movie, just perception of that in what's the movie?
Cartoon?
Yeah, the cartoon one. Prince of Egypt.
I love that song in the beginning.
And I love that scene. I love that particular scene when they went off with the whole fire thing, but you know, when they actually cross the water and there's that lightning strike, you see that big ass silhouette of a whale or a fish swimming around. Man, could you imagine how that was to cross that? Because you know some of the souls of our nation was there. They were
That
there.
has to take faith to
Right.
cross that.
To cross that. Think about that. They was like,
Between two
all right,
walls.
well,
You got sharks and they had alligators.
Right,
up in there,
right. He's like, I
walls,
could,
man.
yeah. He's like, I could do this, or we could deal with this.
That's
it was
what
like,
it's gonna come down to.
that's what it comes down to.
When that RFID chip is implemented, when all this shit start
Exactly.
coming
That's
like
what I
now.
was getting at. That's
Well,
what I
when
was
they get
getting
to
at.
Jacob's trouble,
Right.
they're just gonna see walls around them.
Right. You're just gonna see walls.
Because I was watching this analyst of the economy, and they had a dude that lived through the Argentinian collapse,
Right.
And he said, he was talking about like a lot of people think they're just gonna get their shit free, like your car, your house, because they think the economy crashes. They said, nah, they bring in that money, you gotta come up with that money or whatever it is, and if it triples, say like your dollar, you were only living off $1 a day, now it costs $3 a day.
Right.
You better come up with that $1 a day.
Right.
You know? So that's what I'm saying, like in the power, the Lord, the only power we have is Yahweh.
That's right. Man, we have nothing but this faith.
Right.
And we spoke on that as well, you know, earlier, all kind of mentioning different situations where, hey, man, like the brothers, you're going to be forced to make that decision. You don't really know what's really good with you. You know, is the Lord really dealing with you? When you ain't eating in a couple of days and somebody offer you that chip and you got them walls behind you, are you going to have the wherewithal to sit your ass down in the fire and trust Yahweh?
That's where that faith is going to get you.
Mm-hmm.
Faith is a huge key.
You know, complaining, none of that stuff's going to get you
ahead,
to the kingdom, man. Through Jacob.
Get you Jacob's trouble. Go ahead, bro.
Isaiah chapter 44 and 1. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, that made and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee.
He knew you from the beginning.
Very beginning.
Yeah, he already called you from the mother's womb.
Right.
Fear not, O Jacob.
You know why? Because you got to be born an Israelite. You can't pay no money and become an Israelite. Neither could
you got to be born an elect.
Right. You got to be born an elect. So the Lord gave it to you since birth.
Because what Yahweh Shai say? Think not because you're an Israelite, because the Most High can raise up out of these very stones children of Israel.
And what makes him an elect is that understanding the Holy Spirit gives him. You know? And it goes beyond a normal man's.
Right? You got more, brother? Go ahead.
Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jeshurun, whom I have. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring. And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the water courses. One shall say, I am Yahweh's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob. And that's what you're seeing now, man. We're coming back to this knowledge, wisdom, understanding of who we are, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. That's right. We have the understanding that we are the true Israelites according to the scriptures, man.
Right, calls himself by the name of Jacob. Right? On Yasharallah.
This is our heritage, man. This has nothing to do with a fucking religion, man. This is who we are.
This is our blood lineage, man. Our heritage. Our heritage is something you get through blood.
So all you niggas out here talking about you stop being a Hebrew Israelite, you cannot stop being a Hebrew Israelite, man. This is who you are.
Right.
This is your DNA, man.
Right.
You know? So, this is your fucking culture.
So you didn't leave. Hey, you didn't leave the Israelites. You became a 2/3. That's what you really did. You want.
No Edomite get in.
Right. No Edomite's getting in. You
no care.
You just a 2/3 now. Go ahead, bro.
And another shall subscribe with his hand unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and surname himself by the name of Israel.
That's right.
You know?
The surname himself means doing this work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Putting off that fucking old man and coming into this truth of who you really are, man. You're not a fucking black. You're not a Native American, Hispanic, man. You're not a fucking wetback, a nigga. You're a Hebrew Israelite from your respective tribe, man.
That's right.
The true children of Yahweh, the true sons of Israel, man. The true people of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, who the world nigga calls God, man. This is who you are. This is your heritage. This is who you are, man. You niggas walking around here looking for your culture, talking about black culture. Music is a culture, man. This is your culture, man. This is your history right here, dude.
And what the brother just mentioned, black culture is the way of death.
Come on, man.
Black culture leads to nothing but death.
And you got that so-called black culture from fucking Esau Edom, man, the white man.
Right.
That's where you got that shit from.
If you're living out fantasies in black culture, all you're doing is being a USDA. And Esau created that entire culture. And you live and love it. You live and love nigga culture, and it's sickening.
Because, hey, man, we not finna fucking put that title on us, man. We not finna succumb to the proverbs and bywords like you niggas do, man.
Right.
We not calling ourselves black and shit no more, man. We are Hebrew Israelites. We are. The scriptures, the Bible, was written and put together for the so-called Negro, Native American, and Hispanic, man.
That's right.
This ain't for you fucking Edomites, you so-called white people, or no other race, man.
Right. It has nothing to do with you, man. You're absolutely excluded.
Oh.
You're the only race on the planet that receives no mercy, no leeway from Yahweh.
God, man.
You get none. Okay? Which I understand why you had to hide who you are. If I was an Edomite, man, I'd have done everything
Shit,
you
I'm
did
trying
to
to hide
hide
who the
that
fuck
shit
I was, too.
Yeah. And they did a great job. Y'all had a good thing going.
Y'all had a good run.
Yeah, you had a good run.
Hey, but you couldn't
know?
be prophecy, man. Because what it say? That man of sin will be revealed.
And you have been revealed, man. Mind if I
You can't
can-
tell that the so-called white man's the devil, man.
Come.
And there ain't no
Especially this
friggin-
time, man. He making himself it's making itself more and more clear every day, man. Look how Trump talks about you so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Hispanics, man.
Yeah, he
Ain't no
got-
thugs, gangsters.
Right.
But who the biggest thug on the planet?
And one of the
quote.
most people that
That's
voted
a-
for him were
that's
those
an
so-called
actual quote.
Hispanics.
God.
Huh.
Fucking coon ass niggas, man.
That's an actual quote that he said today.
Yeah.
5 a.m. Eastern time.
In that article,
Yeah, in that article. He
Thugs and
literally
gangbangers.
said that a caravan full of women and children, really. And some men. I'm sure there's plenty of men among them. But that was the first thing that came out of his mouth, that they were criminals, essentially. All this, man. And they've raped, robbed, and murdered their way to the top, but this is how they
The
have
whole
they
fucking
have the
world,
nerve.
but-
Right.
Like, come on, come
Right.
on, he's
Criminal.
all the people you killed to get in your spot. You're
Hey.
telling me you wouldn't just cross a line to better yourself?
But like the brother said, man, they start to bare their teeth, man, like a cornered dog, even a cornered rat will try to fight his way out. I'm serious, man.
Oh, you're
I'm
right.
serious. A cornered rat will try to fight your
All
ass.
animals,
Yeah.
all animals, their initial instinct is to run.
And that's what
and then to fight.
and then fight. And Esau's getting to that point where there's not a lot of places for
showing
you
their
Edomites
fucking
to
teeth.
run anymore. You can't hide behind that I'm white shit. That shit don't work no more.
Nah.
You can't hide behind that I'm European, because that's not true either.
I'm American.
Right, and you definitely ain't American, and you ain't none of that. You're none of those things, man. You are Esau Edom, the harbinger of death, a vagabond on the earth, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
like the brother said, you are cancer.
I think that's one of the best definitions for Esau,
And,
man.
and the
It's
earth,
cancer.
the earth will be out of balance until you are removed from power. Thus saith the scriptures.
Because no matter where Esau goes, man, no matter where the so-called white man goes, he brings death and destruction behind him, man.
Right.
That's why he's in the Middle East right now, causing fucking chaos and destruction,
And they
man.
always need somewhere to be doing that. It's in their spirit to do it. The next great fight, man, gonna take place in the Valley of Jehoshaphat and then on the streets of America. All right, you're gonna have to deal. These little virgin swords gonna have to deal with it. This is the step I had, and this is just Romans 11. I'm gonna start at 1. It reads, "People, Yahweh forbid, for I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin." All right. Yahweh and he was a Roman citizen, and he was talking to the other Israelites, telling them that he knew his seed. Just took a screenshot actually.
Was he a Mexican guy?
Yahweh hath not cast away his people, which he foreknew. What yet not what the scriptures say of Elias, how he maketh intercession to Yahweh against Israel, saying, Yahweh, they have killed thy prophets and digged down thy altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. All right, and we're in that same situation now, man. Y'all killed the prophets before us, man. All right, and you have the world in a drunken state, absolutely asleep. All right, to who's who on the earth today? Yeah, you too, bro. You gonna catch it too. I'm tired of people, man. Yeah, do a double take. You said what? You put horns on? Yeah, we put horns on so-called Jesus Christ. Man, fuck, that's Cesare. We know who that nigga is. You know, hey, the same way they used to prosecute Christ and talk shit to Christ, like I'm gonna say Yahushua, Christ for you ignorant niggas who don't know. But they spoke to Yahushua crazy. They used to tell him, man, we know your mama, man. We know your brothers, nigga. You ain't the son of Yahweh. So why we can't talk about Cesare? We know this clown was a raper or a murderer. You know what I'm saying? He had incestuous tendencies. And you always hear the Edomites try to defend him like, no, He didn't fuck his sister.
They have a whole goddamn museum to this devil down the street, man.
Well, that's because they love him.
yeah,
Well, to Leonardo da Vinci. But,
right.
You know,
Great, man.
yeah, right over here, man. A whole museum to Leonardo da Vinci,
Man, Lord willing,
man. This dude was,
burns
I'm telling you,
down.
this dude wanted to have his babies, man.
These Edomites, man, they got natural bags, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's been going on forever, man. They fuck men, they fuck little boys, they fuck goats.
And that goes all the way back to Alexander, man, who was known to have many homosexual activities going on, man.
And the media today actually testifies to it.
Right.
Too.
And it's
Who's
true.
getting charged with bestiality?
Right. Who's fucking goats, man?
Yeah.
Who fucks a goat? bro?
Latest was Lady.
Esau.
That's nasty.
What's the biggest pedophilia ring in the world? The Roman fucking Catholic Church,
Right.
And none of that shit comes out in the mainstream media, man.
When they moved,
You know what I'm saying?
and they moved their pastors and bishops and
And
archbishops.
they still got
around
followers
and
in the billions, man.
Get them every day. I got a piece up for you.
Baptizing their babies.
God, crazy.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
That's right.
But the just shall live by faith. Yea, also, because he transgresses by wine, his philosophies, his doctrine he pushes throughout the earth.
That's right, man.
He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire is hell.
Right.
And Esau Edom, the so-called white man, can't stay his ass at home, man.
And that goes back to him being mentioned as a vagabond.
He can't stay his ass home, man.
What happened?
He has fucking military bases in every fucking country, almost every country on the planet, man.
That's right.
You know?
Talking about ancestral tendencies.
Right, man.
There goes Moab walking down the street.
right.
And is as death,
That's funny.
and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto himself all nations, and heapeth unto him all the people. And that's what he's trying to do, man.
That's right.
That's what this new world order is for, man. Because at least Esau wants to put a fucking RFID chip in the fucking every human being on the planet.
And we was talking about this on the way up, man. All of this bullshit and chaos that's going on, it's all being done to push this chip.
Yeah, because you got a few days ago, man, an article came out that FEMA bought 50,000 RFID chips, man.
That's right, man.
And now Trump is talking about if this caravan comes up, they're not going to get asylum. And if they're detained, they're going to be taking the tent cities. Who owns the tent cities, man?
Right.
FEMA.
Right.
What does FEMA just buy? They have 50,000 RFID chips on hand, man.
Right. As well as millions of air sealable coffins, as well as multitudes
Oh,
of
they're gonna
different.
take. They'd be willing to take
Oh
that.
yeah. And they got guillotines. They got 30,000 guillotines ready to go, man.
Ready to
Walked
go.
all that way.
Because when it becomes mandatory,
We invested too much to go back.
Exactly. And it's all being done and carried out to push
You
that
gotta
trigger.
remember, some of them sacrificed their child's innocence or anything.
And we was talking, man, we was literally speaking on this matter on the way up here. And that was exactly what we was talking about, was how, and the reason why why this whole caravan thing, they're gonna capture these people and they are gonna put them to work. Because when the dollar fails, all right, these Americans, these spoiled Americans, especially the Edomite that makes, $30, $40 an hour, oh, he gonna be the angriest motherfucker on the planet. Because you're gonna go from making that to, like the brother was saying earlier, like $5 an hour, if that.
These motherfuckers ain't finna work for $5
I
an hour.
can't. Sir, would you work for $5 an hour?
Well, they said that.
Hell
He's like,
no.
I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, I wouldn't answer that damn question either, because I ain't going to work. That answers the
a
question
duffel
right
bag
there.
of money won't even buy you bread.
Man,
man.
and keep it real, because that's what's going to happen. Who is going to be the new workforce? Who's going to be the new workforce? Because $5 an hour. And as we just clearly saw, neither is Esau. So who's going to be the new
Hey,
workforce?
they're really giving up already. That's in the what is it called? The homelessness.
Right.
Come.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
The
been a-
homelessness,
it's been a-
they're giving up already on society.
Yeah.
Those
It's been a
Edomites are
spike in
coming back.
it's been a major rise too in Edomite homelessness, man. I've never seen so many homeless Edomites in my whole life with nasty dreaded hair,
It's beautiful.
looking like cavemen, like real cavemen. They look like true cavemen with
Got
matted
the
hair.
bun and the fucking
Right,
beard, just
That's
like,
honestly what I was
Yeah.
picturing with that
Oh,
smell.
shit. Look, there you go. That's perfect.
What I was
Man.
picturing with that
I'm
I
not
was
sure.
picturing what that smell was an Edomite, man.
Me
I was,
too.
I was even looking back.
Right.
Right. Like, man, back here or something,
Quest
man.
for
Hey,
like-
man, behind us, show. I thought the
I
same
was
shit.
picturing like, cheesy, grimy toes.
Right,
Cheesy, grimy
He stand back
toes.
there wiping his shit
I
on
was
the
like,
bars
God damn,
or
man, it
something.
smells like Esau over here.
Man, what the fuck? You have to zoo, man? What's happening? Go ahead, Doc. Bring that out.
Habakkuk chapter
Quest
2,
for
verse
fire,
6.
that's what it is.
Quest for fire, yeah.
Shall not all these take up a proverb against him, and they talk the proverb against him, and him that increaseth that which is not his.
That's right.
How long? And to him that laid of himself with thick clay. And that's exactly what the argument was going into, man. When this fucking economy crashed, because this dollar ain't worth shit.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, they just had a meeting today.
See? Because it's getting ready to go, man.
Yeah,
The
China
dollar
and
getting ready to
Taiwan
go.
was telling you need to stay out of our business down there in the South Sea,
For real.
Huh?
right?
See?
And then America's saying no, we're operating by international law, which everybody has the right to do. So they're bucking up pretty much internationally on TV right in front of everybody, telling them, hey, we're going to keep pushing and we're going to keep pushing.
Right.
And really, they don't give a fuck because it's just duped men. Like Hamburger Hill. Like, you got to remember what America did with their soldiers. Remember Hamburger
Oh,
Hill?
well, that's what that dude, every camp, he comes by us and says, Jesus died in Vietnam. He wants nothing to do with religion because he saw what Esau did to their own military,
Right.
man.
And that
So
dude
he
is
just
here
believes there
every
can't be a God.
time, too.
There can't be a God if that's what happens.
And what Esau
But the thing is there's a wicked man. There's a man of sin, okay, who Yahweh has allowed. So just so he can overthrow him, just like going back into Romans 9, man. The Most High just to destroy him,
his
man.
power.
So the world would know his power. Now, what about him? A lot of people, oh man, you can't destroy America, but the white man as a whole. A lot of people don't even think you can destroy America, but the white man as a whole is going to be destroyed, man.
The whole race of people, there's no way.
That's an overthrow.
Preposterous.
That's the only way you can say, man. 'cause it
America,
has-
NATO, the EU, and Russia's bitch ass.
Right? And all the rest
Yeah,
of
you say America,
stragglers.
NATO, and the EU, Russia's like, oh, yup. No, Russia, you gonna get it too,
Yeah, you're
man.
gonna get it too. Because you Russians ain't about to rule shit. You're gonna get it too. Go ahead, Doc.
Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, thou shalt be for booties unto them. So the so-called white man's gonna be spoiled by these other nations, man.
Right?
You know?
You are. Yeah, you're gonna deal with Moab. Because
fact.
Moab's gonna be over here fucking shit up.
It's about
Hey,
to go
pause
into
it.
it.
Right, go ahead.
You got that?
Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
And that goes all the way back to that Alexander being the first of his stock. And what did he do?
Charge your push.
He
Pass that shit
conquered
down.
many nations and many kingdoms. Going back to what the brother read in Second Maccabees. Second Maccabees, the first chapter. Go ahead, brother.
Because of men's blood and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein, woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil.
That's right, man. So we may be delivered from the hand of Esau Edom, man. Our fucking enemy.
And the gun ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, and the gun ain't gonna do it, man.
Nah.
The gun ain't gonna deliver you from Esau, man.
Nah.
If you start trying to play gunplay with these Edomites, you're stepping into their world.
You tripping.
You know?
Why couldn't Moses go toe to toe with the staff and go arrow with the stick? You
Right.
know what I mean?
He said, get up out your chair and let's bang.
Right. These people, they got their own magic too that they believe in.
Right? They do.
They see these miracles that Yahweh shows and displays through Yahweh Shai, like the chariots. And guess what? But say, guess what? We got miracles.
Right.
You know, we got chariots that are gonna go fight your chariots.
Right? Yeah.
See,
And
and what they don't understand is, man, the technology that the so-called white man has is like
it's feeble.
the Most High.
Y'all have
You
feeble
know what I'm saying? The Most High got an iPhone and fucking.
Get your keys real quick.
Esau got a motherfucking
No key.
suitcase, fucking first cell phone ever made.
Right.
That's how the technology is. That's the gap between Esau and the Most High, man.
Right. Hey, man,
No.
they blatantly, the aircrafts, even for that being bold, for that bold of a statement to be made, the fact that they want to make a
Space Force.
okay,
They don't have an
already
aircraft.
shown multiple occasions where they see things in the sky, right? They chase these chariots and they're like, there's no way that this was a regular plane or anything because it made maneuvers that we do not have the capability to make without breaking our necks or basically killing themselves. Because you gotta fly a plane a certain way, you're going real fast, man. A plane ain't going slow, you know?
Yeah.
And just think,
Yeah,
like,
right
we
around
just
to,
got Pharaoh's
corner.
chariots. Those were like in the prime time, right?
That
Like
was the top technology.
yeah, tanks like NATO. They're showing their power.
Right. They got
With
the
all
stealth bombers.
Yeah.
You never see them coming, they level the whole city.
When they do these like little displays of military might, when they're cleaning their tanks and shit, they're just displaying them, like because they believe in them.
That's what China does. They fucking parade. They fucking ICBMs for the city.
Russia
Yeah.
does
You know what
that
I'm saying?
too.
But,
Russia does that every year.
The chariots, though, the Lord's already displaying them.
Yeah.
So when he brings his power, it's gonna outmaneuver any power that exists on this earth.
And the thing is, man, I can guarantee you, man, it's chariots over us right now.
Oh yeah.
And that's how fucking advanced the technology of Yahweh Shemal Shah is, man. You think it ain't chariots over every fucking military base in the world, man?
Why do you- well,
ready for the Most High to say go,
Right.
You know?
Okay, because you know you look up into the sky, and it appears, man. I can't even see no. I hear voices, but don't see any.
no more about it from Tokyo.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn. I'm safe. What's that nigga at?
Can I get a second?
Go ahead, bro. That nigga.
This is First Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 30. And when he saw that mighty army, he prayed and said, "Blessed art thou, Savior of Israel, who didst quell the violence of Israel, who didst quell the violence of the mighty man by the hand of thy servant David, and gaveth the host of strangers into the hands of Jonathan, the son of Saul, and his armor bearer. Shut up this army in the hand of thy people Israel, and let them be confounded in their power and horsemen." Just like we got, they got mighty numbers of war, right? They got planes. I just watched a video and they were numbering them off.
Oh, okay. It was spray paint numbers on it?
No, they were measuring the battle, the ability of going to war between like all these countries.
Oh, okay.
All the equipment they have, like Iran.
I got a piece of some equipment that the Most High got. You
Huh.
go
That, all right, brother. It says,
I got some equipment.
God, and let them be confounded in their power and horsemen, make them to be of no courage, and cause the boldness of their strength to fall away, and let them quake at their destruction. Cast them down with the sword of them that love thee, which is the elect, and let all those that know thy name praise thee with thanksgiving, meaning you're thinking on the Most High's name and his son's name. So they joined battle, and there were slain of the host of Lysias about 5,000 men. Even before them were they slain. Now when Lysias saw his army put to flight, and the manliness of Judah's soldiers,
Man,
and yeah, that's what I wanted to lead up to, right? This man had like all, like we were just saying, like today Esau got all this power in their eyes,
Right.
but they don't have the power of the Most High. And the Most High is gonna have chariots upon chariots for his elect.
Because like the brother just mentioned, man, you gotta think about this vividly, man. These Edomites are gonna lock themselves in hideaways and shit.
And it's the manliness,
Right.
bro.
And they're gonna feel safe. They're gonna be like, it's okay.
They got fucking Muslim
Right.
vests,
Yeah.
guns.
Right.
They're just like, I'm defeated.
Yeah, they just ain't scared. Like,
Yeah.
the big swole niggas is coming. Cause you gonna have brothers, you gonna have the elect busting through mountains to yank your ass from your little sanctuaries, man. To take your women and children and to take the things that you've gathered up for plunder or whatever.
But the thing is, we're gonna do it in righteousness.
Yeah.
We're not gonna be out here raping sons.
Right.
We're not gonna be out here raping your wives.
We ain't gonna be out here
We ain't
raping
gonna be
you.
doing none of that wicked shit. That wicked shit you
They
did,
raped
man.
them.
We ain't gonna do none of that wicked shit you did, man.
It's gonna be judgment of righteousness.
Yeah, righteous judgment.
Yeah.
Death. and destruction on your whole nation, right?
And righteousness,
And
man.
hard bondage, you know.
All right, let me just finish this.
Yeah.
It says, and the manliness of Judah's soldiers, and how they were ready either to live or die valiantly into Antiochia, and gathered together a company of strangers, and having made his army greater than it, was he proposed to come again into Judah. And pretty much it just goes about how Esau came at Israel, and like they were talking in Jacob's trouble, you know, it's gonna, and 2/3, they're gonna be put to death in that war, man. That war time.
Yeah, because you're gonna have plenty of Jakes that
That's
go
why that
on
chip
over
and
the-
everything's gonna come out.
Yeah, you got plenty of Jakes that are gonna take the chip. You got plenty of Jakes that are gonna go to fight in these battles in the Middle East. You have plenty of Jakes that are gonna die right here at home. But that's just this is just the way that the scripture, this is the way the story goes, man.
Yeah, but the elect, they're gonna stand stiffly for this truth.
That's right. Original
And
5
it-
style.
Yeah.
Holding in the face of the oppressor, man.
There's nothing that's gonna deliver you except for Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
You gotta have the Holy Spirit working with you to testify that the Lord's even dealing with you.
Right.
I got. This is going back to the technology of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Like we was talking about the chariots, man. Esau think his technology can stand up against the technology of the Most High, and they just don't understand what some of the shit Yahweh Shem Shai got in store for them, man. You know,
Completely.
one account that the prophet Ezra saw, man. So it's a second Ezra chapter 13, verse 2. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. So Yahweh Shai waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. What's the thousands of heaven, man? The chariots, man, the so-called UFOs. And when he turned his countenance to look, all it's like it. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him, man. So, hey, people gonna be fucking out here shaking in their boots, man.
For real.
Shitting and pissing all over themselves when Yahweh Shai cracked the sky with that huge fucking chariot, man.
Right.
You know? And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, they burnt that heard his voice. That's going into them, that concentrated fire, man,
Right.
them laser beams.
Right.
Like
read that again one time. Just think about you gotta visualize these things as you hear them. Because people don't.
And whensoever the voice went out, all they burnt that heard his voice.
Hey, when Yahweh crack that sky, he gonna melt your asses.
God.
So many of y'all people gonna be dead. Yeah, you too, but you gonna come back.
What?
You coming with us.
Bro, and like we got earlier, the Greeks, they even had the better covering, the gun, you know what I mean? They had the sword back then, but there's gonna be people in armored tanks that just, their heart just gets out.
Yeah, out of fear, man.
Yeah.
They know they ain't getting out that tank.
Yeah.
Just concentrated fire on your ass.
Go ahead, Nugget.
Like as the earth felleth when it filleth the fire, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven. And that's talking about doing this. Stop.
No. Go ahead and finish.
And that's talking about doing this World War III, man. When all the armies of the world are gathered together to fight each other, man. You know.
Your wheels are gonna fall off.
You
And your hearts are gonna faint.
That's right.
That-
You stuck
that's
right in the
still-
middle
that's
of
still
the
rolling
right in the middle.
No,
of the
you still go.
How many? What is it?
It's
What's
like
the,
3% left.
I can-
yeah. All right. Go ahead.
For the multitude, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sky, out of the sea. So like, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. And what is that? Huge, gigantic chariot of Yahweh Shai, man. You know. But I would have seen the region